Look around. How many people are living life on their terms? How many are truly in control, thriving, unstoppable? Most people are stuck, distracted, lost in comparison, waiting for permission to go after what they want. But let me tell you something. No one's coming to save you. The power, it's already inside you. The strength, it's waiting to be unleashed. The moment you stop chasing approval, stop wasting energy on things you can't control, and start focusing on yourself, that's when everything shifts. That's when you become unstoppable. Today is the day you take back your power. Who's ready? True strength begins the moment you decide to turn your focus inward. The world constantly pulls you in a million directions. Opinions, expectations, distractions, and the endless noise of comparison. If you don't consciously take control of where your attention goes, you'll find yourself living a life shaped by external forces rather than your own vision. Radical self-commitment is about shifting that focus. It's about saying, I am responsible for my growth, my success, and my transformation. No one else. This isn't just motivation, it's a fundamental shift in how you approach life. Most people spend their time looking outward. They compare their progress to others, they seek validation before they take action, and they hesitate because they're worried about what people might think. That mindset is a trap. The moment you realize that external approval is irrelevant to your success, you gain power. The only competition that matters is the one between who you are today and who you have the potential to become. The people who achieve the greatest success, the strongest confidence, and the most unstoppable momentum are the ones who commit fully to themselves, their vision, and their growth. They don't ask for permission, they decide. Radical self-commitment means you stop waiting. You stop waiting for the right time, the right circumstances, or for someone to tell you you're ready. The truth is, you will never feel completely ready. If you want to build strength, mentally, emotionally, and physically, you must step forward, regardless of the doubts, fears, or uncertainties that try to hold you back. Every great achiever, every high performer, every unstoppable individual has faced moments of doubt. The difference? They didn't let those doubts dictate their actions. They moved forward anyway. This commitment also means cutting out distractions. Every time you focus on things that don't serve your growth, endless scrolling, negative people, excuses, you drain the energy you could be using to build something powerful. Imagine if every bit of energy you wasted on self-doubt, comparison, and hesitation was instead poured into developing your skills, strengthening your mindset, and executing on your goals. The results would be undeniable. The people who seem to achieve extraordinary things aren't necessarily more talented or more privileged. They are simply more committed. They refuse to let distractions weaken their focus. They decide every day that their growth is non-negotiable. One of the most powerful things you can do is create an identity around self-mastery. Instead of saying, I'll try to improve, make it a part of who you are. Say, I am someone who constantly grows. I am someone who does not wait. I am someone who takes action regardless of fear. When you shift from hoping to deciding, you eliminate hesitation. You start seeing obstacles as challenges to overcome rather than excuses to stop. You stop worrying about failing because failure is no longer something that defines you. Strength is not something you are born with, it is something you build. It is built through daily habits, through disciplined action, and through an unwavering commitment to becoming your best self. People who struggle to find motivation are often the ones who are waiting for motivation to come to them. That's not how it works. Motivation follows action. The moment you take that first step, the energy shifts. The moment you prove to yourself that you are capable, the momentum builds. But none of that happens if you don't commit fully. Radical self-commitment also means taking responsibility for everything in your life. This is where most people get stuck. They blame their circumstances, their past, or their environment for why they're not where they want to be. But let's be real, there will always be challenges. There will always be things outside of your control. The question is, will you let those things dictate your future, or will you take full ownership of your life? The moment you take radical responsibility, you take back your power. You stop waiting for things to change, and you become the force that makes change happen. You must also learn to trust yourself. Many people hesitate because they don't believe in their own ability to figure things out. They overthink, they second guess, and they delay action because they're afraid of making mistakes. But here's the truth. Mistakes are part of the process. No one gets it right the first time. The people who achieve the greatest things are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who refuse to quit. They trust themselves enough to take the leap, knowing that they will learn and adapt along the way. Every time you choose to invest in yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are worthy of success. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you prove to yourself that you are capable of greatness. Every time you choose action over excuses, you build the kind of unstoppable strength that no challenge can break. This is what separates those who merely exist from those who truly live. The world is full of people who settle, who accept average, who make excuses, who never step into their full potential. But that doesn't have to be your story. You can make the decision right now to commit to yourself at the highest level, to focus on your growth relentlessly, to refuse to let distractions, doubts, or obstacles hold you back. Because once you do that, once you make that commitment, nothing can stop you. The strength you seek is already within you. Now it's time to unleash it. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you achieve in life. Every action you take, every decision you make, and every challenge you face is shaped by the thoughts running through your mind. If your thoughts are weak, your results will be weak. If your thoughts are strong, you will create strength in every aspect of your life. The key to unlocking unstoppable strength starts in one place: your mind. Most people go through life unaware of the power their thoughts hold. They let negative self-talk, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs control them. They believe success is reserved for other people, that they don't have what it takes, or that they need the perfect conditions before they can take action. But that's a lie. The truth is, the strongest, most successful people in the world weren't born with an unshakable mindset. They built it. They trained their minds the same way an athlete trains their body, and if they can do it, so can you. The first step to mastering your mindset is becoming aware of the thoughts that are shaping your life. Right now, what do you believe about yourself? Do you believe you are capable? Do you believe you can handle challenges? Or do you constantly doubt yourself, telling yourself stories about why you're not good enough, why you can't succeed, why it's too late? Those stories are either empowering you or destroying you. And the good news? You have the power to rewrite them. Your brain is like a computer, and your beliefs are the programming. If you've spent years feeding it negativity, fear, and hesitation, that's the program that will run by default. But just like a computer, you can install a new program. You can replace the old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. Instead of, I can't do this, start telling yourself, I am more than capable. Instead of, what if I fail, replace it with, what if I succeed beyond my wildest dreams? Instead of, I'm not ready, say, I will figure it out as I go. These small shifts may seem simple, but they are the foundation of a powerful mindset. It's not enough to just think positive. You must condition your mind daily. Just like going to the gym, strengthening your mindset requires repetition and effort. Start your day by feeding your mind with powerful thoughts, whether that's through affirmations, visualization, or studying people who've built the kind of mindset you want. Surround yourself with empowering influences. Cut out negativity. Protect your mental space the same way you would protect your home from intruders, because negative thoughts are intruders trying to steal your potential. Another key to mastering your mindset is understanding that failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Too many people give up at the first sign of difficulty because they see failure as a sign that they're not meant to succeed. That's nonsense. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has failed repeatedly. The difference is they didn't let failure define them. They learned from it. They adapted. They kept going. If you shift your mindset to see failure as feedback rather than a roadblock, nothing will stop you. Your ability to handle discomfort is another critical factor in building an unstoppable mindset. Growth requires stepping outside of your comfort zone, and most people aren't willing to do that. They want change, but they don't want the discomfort that comes with it. But here's the truth. Every breakthrough you will ever have in life comes on the other side of discomfort. The moment you embrace challenges instead of avoiding them, you gain an advantage over 99% of people, because most people quit when things get hard. If you can train yourself to see struggle as an opportunity rather than an obstacle, you become unstoppable. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to stop seeing yourself as someone who tries and start seeing yourself as someone who does. People who struggle with confidence often say, I'll try. But trying leaves room for doubt. It means you're not fully committed. The most successful people don't try. They do. They take action. They move forward, even when they're uncertain. They trust themselves to figure it out. And that's what you must do as well. Your mind is your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. If you don't take control of it, it will control you. If you allow fear, doubt, and hesitation to dictate your actions, you will stay stuck. But if you train your mind to be strong, resilient, and focused, there is nothing you can't achieve. The choice is yours. What will you choose? Energy is everything. The way you direct your energy determines the results you create in life. Most people don't struggle because they lack talent or intelligence. They struggle because their energy is scattered. They are distracted, unfocused, and constantly pulled in different directions. Instead of putting all their power into building themselves, they waste time comparing, hesitating, and seeking validation from the outside world. The difference between those who dominate their lives and those who stay stuck is simple. The ones who dominate know exactly where to direct their energy. They cut out distractions and pour everything they have into their personal growth, their mission, and their goals. Think about how much time and energy people waste on things that don't serve them. They scroll through social media for hours, watching other people live their lives instead of creating their own. They overanalyze what others are doing, comparing their own journey to someone else's highlight reel. They stress about what people think of them, constantly adjusting their actions to gain approval. They hesitate, waiting for the perfect moment to start taking action. But here's the truth. The energy you waste on those things is energy you could be using to become unstoppable. The first step to shifting your energy from distraction to domination is self-awareness. Take an honest look at how you spend your time and attention. Where is your energy going? Are you using it to grow, improve, and take action? Or are you leaking it into negativity, procrastination, and comparison? Every minute you spend focused on something that doesn't serve you is a minute you could have spent building your future. Once you become aware of where your energy is going, you can take control of it. One of the biggest energy killers is comparison. When you compare yourself to others, you are playing a losing game. There will always be someone ahead of you in some way. But that doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is becoming better than you were yesterday. The moment you stop looking sideways and start focusing forward, everything changes. You gain power because you stop wasting energy on things you can't control and start channeling it into things you can. Your mindset, your habits, your actions. Another way people drain their energy is by worrying about what others think. If you allow the opinions of others to dictate your actions, you will never be truly free. Most people are so afraid of judgment that they stay stuck in mediocrity, never stepping fully into their potential. But here's the reality. No matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion. You can't control that. What you can control is how much you let it affect you. The moment you stop seeking validation and start living for yourself, you reclaim your power. Energy also gets wasted in hesitation and overthinking. Too many people spend their time analyzing, planning, and waiting for the perfect conditions. They say they'll start when they feel ready, when the timing is right, or when they have all the answers. But the truth is, you will never feel 100% ready. The only way to create momentum is to take action, even when you feel uncertain. Action leads to clarity. The people who achieve the most aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who take the most action. They don't waste time overthinking. They move, they learn, and they adjust. To dominate your life, you must learn to guard your energy like a warrior. Cut out distractions. Eliminate negativity. Stop engaging in activities that don't serve your growth. Focus your energy on things that make you stronger. Developing your skills, strengthening your mindset, building your vision. Every time you choose growth over distraction, you gain an advantage. Every time you focus on your own journey, instead of comparing yourself to others, you build momentum. Every time you take action, instead of hesitating, you move closer to becoming the unstoppable force you are meant to be. When you direct all your energy towards self-mastery, success becomes inevitable. The question is not whether you have what it takes. The question is whether you will commit to using your energy in a way that empowers you. Most people never make that decision. They let distractions control them and they wonder why they feel stuck. But you have a choice. You can choose to take your energy back. You can choose to cut out what doesn't serve you. You can choose to focus on your own growth with relentless determination. The moment you make that decision, everything changes. You stop wasting energy on things you can't control. You stop being distracted by the noise around you. You stop seeking approval and start seeking progress. That's when you become dangerous. That's when you become unstoppable. Discipline is the bridge between potential and achievement. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants strength, confidence, and a life that excites them, but very few people are willing to do what it takes to earn it. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle isn't talent, intelligence, or luck. It's discipline. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who execute. It's what turns ideas into reality, goals into results, and potential into power. Without discipline, nothing happens. With it, anything is possible. The biggest mistake people make is relying on motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days you feel fired up and other days you don't. If you only take action when you feel like it, you'll never build anything significant. Successful people don't rely on motivation, they rely on discipline. They do what needs to be done whether they feel like it or not. They train when they're tired, they work when they're uninspired, and they push forward even when the excitement fades. They understand that consistency is what creates strength, not occasional bursts of effort. Discipline is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger with use. The more you exercise it, the easier it becomes. The problem is most people never train it. They give in to excuses, distractions, and short-term comfort. They procrastinate, waiting for the perfect moment to start. But discipline isn't built in the future, it's built in the present. It's built in the small choices you make every day. Every time you choose to follow through on your commitments, you reinforce your discipline. Every time you let excuses win, you weaken it. The key to developing unstoppable discipline is mastering your habits. Your habits shape your life more than anything else. If your habits are weak, your results will be weak. If your habits are strong, your success is inevitable. Most people fail because they rely on willpower alone. They try to force themselves to make the right choices in the moment, but willpower is limited. The real secret is to design your life in a way that makes discipline automatic. Create systems, routines, and environments that set you up for success, make it easier to do the right thing and harder to do the wrong thing. For example, if you want to improve your fitness, don't rely on willpower to get to the gym. Set a schedule, lay out your workout clothes the night before, and remove any obstacles that might stop you. If you want to develop a new skill, don't just hope you'll find time. Block out dedicated time in your calendar, eliminate distractions, and commit fully. Discipline isn't about making giant leaps. It's about stacking small, consistent wins until success becomes your default mode. Another key to building discipline is learning to embrace discomfort. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. If you always choose what's easy, you will always remain the same. The most disciplined people are not the ones who feel the least amount of discomfort. They are the ones who have trained themselves to push through it. They understand that discomfort is the price of progress. They welcome the struggle because they know it's making them stronger. The moment you stop running from discomfort and start leaning into it, you gain an advantage over 99% of people. One of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make is to stop negotiating with yourself. Weak discipline comes from making too many decisions in the moment. Should I work out today? Should I wake up early? Should I stay focused or take a break? Every time you allow yourself to debate, you open the door for excuses. The solution? Eliminate the debate. Decide in advance what you will do and then do it. No questions asked. Successful people don't wake up and wonder if they'll follow through. They've already made the decision, so all that's left is execution. There will be days when you don't feel like it, days when your mind tells you to quit, days when your emotions try to pull you off track. But discipline means showing up anyway. Discipline means honoring your commitments, not your feelings. Feelings change, but commitments don't. Every time you show up, despite the resistance, you prove to yourself that you are in control. Not your emotions, not your circumstances, not your excuses. That's how you build unshakable strength. At the end of the day, discipline is freedom. Most people think discipline is restrictive, that it takes away their choices. But the truth is, discipline is what gives you power over your life. When you are disciplined, you are in control. You don't react to life, you create it. You don't wait for opportunities, you make them. You don't let circumstances dictate your future, you shape it with your own hands. The question is not whether you are capable of discipline, you are. The question is whether you will commit to building it, because once you do, nothing will be able to stop you. Momentum is the force that turns effort into transformation. It's what separates those who make slow, inconsistent progress from those who create unstoppable success. The people who achieve extraordinary results are not necessarily the most talented or the most intelligent. They are the ones who have mastered the art of momentum. They know that once you build momentum, everything becomes easier. Small efforts compound, action becomes automatic, and success starts to feel inevitable. The problem is that most people never build momentum because they don't stay consistent long enough to reach that tipping point. They start, they stop, they doubt themselves, and they hesitate. But if you can learn to generate and sustain momentum, there will be no limit to what you can achieve. Momentum starts with action. Most people wait until they feel ready before they take action, but that's backward. Readiness comes from movement, confidence comes from experience. The key is to start before you feel prepared. When you take action, even in small ways, you activate a powerful psychological shift. Your mind starts to recognize that progress is possible. You begin to see results, even if they're small, and that fuels your desire to keep going. The hardest part is always the beginning, overcoming inertia. But once you take that first step, the second step is easier, then the third, and before you know it, you're in motion. The biggest mistake people make is stopping when they don't see immediate results. They expect instant gratification, and when progress feels slow, they lose motivation. But momentum is not about speed, it's about consistency. Imagine pushing a heavy boulder. At first, it barely moves. You push, and it feels like nothing is happening, but then, little by little, it starts rolling, and once it's moving, it takes far less effort to keep it going. This is how progress works in any area of life, whether it's fitness, business, personal growth, or skill development. The initial push is the hardest, but if you keep going, it gets easier. Most people never get to experience this because they quit too soon. Sustaining momentum requires discipline. There will be days when you feel motivated and days when you don't. If you only take action when you feel like it, you will never build lasting success. The key is to show up every single day, no matter what. Create habits that reinforce momentum. Make progress non-negotiable. Even if it's a small step, take it. The people who achieve the most are not the ones who make giant leaps. They are the ones who show up consistently, day after day, without excuses. Another critical element of momentum is eliminating distractions and energy leaks. Every time you stop and restart, you lose valuable time and effort. Imagine trying to run a race but stopping every few minutes to check your phone, overthink your strategy, or compare yourself to others. You would never reach your full potential. The same principle applies in life. If you want to build unstoppable momentum, you must protect your focus. Cut out distractions, stop overanalyzing, and commit fully to your path. Momentum also thrives on small wins. Too many people focus only on big results, and when they don't see them immediately, they lose motivation. But success is built on stacking small victories. Every time you complete a workout, every time you read a book, every time you push through discomfort, you are reinforcing momentum. These small actions might not seem like much in the moment, but over time they compound into massive results. This is why it's so important to track progress. When you see how far you've come, it fuels your drive to keep going. The biggest killer of momentum is doubt. The moment you start questioning whether your efforts are working, you slow down. The moment you let fear take over, you hesitate. And hesitation kills progress. The most successful people are not the ones who never doubt themselves. They are the ones who act despite doubt. They trust the process. They know that as long as they keep moving, results will come. The key is to focus on the action, not just the outcome. If you keep putting in the work, the results will take care of themselves. One of the most powerful ways to maintain momentum is by constantly raising your standards. If you stay in the same place too long, you will start to feel stagnant. Growth requires constant challenge. Once something becomes easy, it's time to push further. Successful people don't settle. They keep raising the bar. They set bigger goals. They push their limits, and they refuse to stay comfortable. This continuous pursuit of growth keeps their momentum strong. At the end of the day, momentum is a choice. It's not something that just happens. It's something you create. You create it by taking action before you feel ready. You create it by staying consistent when motivation fades. You create it by eliminating distractions, stacking small wins, and refusing to let doubt slow you down. Most people never reach their full potential because they never sustain momentum long enough to see what they are truly capable of. But if you can commit to building and maintaining momentum, you will become unstoppable. Once you're in motion, nothing will be able to stand in your way. Success is not something you chase, it's something you attract by becoming the person who deserves it. Too many people focus on external goals while neglecting the most important factor in their success, themselves. They want a great career, a strong body, financial freedom, and fulfilling relationships, but they never take the time to develop the internal strength, discipline, and mindset required to sustain those things. The truth is, your external world is a direct reflection of your internal world. If you want to create massive results in your life, you must first become the kind of person who naturally creates and sustains success. That means prioritizing personal growth above everything else. Most people live in a reactive state. They wake up and go through their days responding to circumstances rather than creating them. They let distractions, other people's opinions, and temporary emotions dictate their actions. But high achievers don't operate this way. They are intentional. They don't wait for life to hand them opportunities. They develop themselves into the kind of people who create opportunities. Instead of hoping for success, they work on becoming successful at their core. They build the habits, skills, and mindsets that make success inevitable. The foundation of all personal growth is self-awareness. If you don't understand yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, patterns, and limiting beliefs, you will never be able to maximize your potential. Take an honest look at your life. Where are you falling short? What habits are holding you back? What fears are keeping you from taking action? If you don't confront these things head on, they will control you. The people who grow the most are the ones who are brutally honest with themselves. They don't sugarcoat their weaknesses or make excuses. They face them and do the work to improve. One of the biggest reasons people fail to grow is that they spend too much time focusing on things outside their control. They blame their circumstances, the economy, their upbringing, or other people. But none of that matters. What matters is what you do with what you have. Every minute you spend complaining about something you can't control is a minute you could have spent improving yourself. The most successful people in the world don't waste time blaming external factors. They focus 100% on what they can control: their mindset, their effort, their skills, and their discipline. Growth is not about making occasional big changes. It's about making consistent, small improvements over time. Too many people get stuck in an all-or-nothing mindset. They think they have to make dramatic changes overnight, and when they can't sustain them, they give up. But real transformation happens through small, daily actions. If you improve by just 1% every day, that compounds into massive growth over time. It's not about being perfect. It's about being better than you were yesterday. One of the most powerful ways to accelerate personal growth is to surround yourself with the right influences. The people you spend time with, the books you read, the content you consume, all of these things shape your mindset and your beliefs. If you spend your time around negative, complacent people who don't push themselves, you will naturally lower your standards to match theirs. But if you surround yourself with people who are constantly growing, learning, and pushing their limits, you will be forced to level up. The fastest way to change your life is to change your environment. Another critical aspect of growth is learning to embrace discomfort. Growth never happens inside your comfort zone. Every major breakthrough in your life will come from stepping into the unknown, facing challenges, and pushing past your perceived limits. The problem is that most people avoid discomfort at all costs. They want growth, but they don't want the temporary pain that comes with it. But here's the truth. If you can train yourself to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, you will develop an advantage over 99% of people. The more challenges you face, the stronger you become. Personal growth also requires relentless commitment. It's easy to get inspired for a few days or even a few weeks, but real transformation requires long-term dedication. Too many people start strong, but quit when they don't see immediate results. They expect progress to be linear, but it never is. There will be setbacks, plateaus, and moments of doubt. The key is to stay committed regardless of how you feel. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who refuse to quit. At the end of the day, your success is entirely in your hands. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. If you want to change your life, you must take full responsibility for your growth. That means prioritizing learning, developing self-discipline, taking action even when it's hard, and continuously raising your standards. The moment you decide to focus on becoming the best version of yourself, everything else will start to fall into place. Success isn't about luck, it's about who you become. And when you become unstoppable, your results will be unstoppable too.